Yes, people, are we good? It's Mike back again, and yeah, I've rolled two videos into one today. So originally the plan was this weekend that you get your match reaction on Saturday. It was going to be after the game, and then on Sunday I was going to do a transfer video, a little roundup video, but I have been ill. So it's not worth doing it. So the game itself. Let's talk about the game. It's pre-season, so you can't make of it anything really. The goals were good. The young lad, I'm going to murder the pronunciation, but I'm going to go with Kayate. Really good goal. Takes it really well. Good feet, good first touch out of his feet. Lovely. Lashes it home. Obviously, we get the penalty. Neil Mulpay straight down the middle. Good height for the keeper to save it, but nevertheless, he scores, and they do get through. They do score. But it's pre-season. It's all about the workout. But I always think it's good to win. I do think there's a bit of danger doing a whole pre-season, not winning games, and then going into a season and struggling. You don't want that. So yeah, it was fine. It was good. We go on to the next one, and we've got pre-season games coming up. We are literally playing local. Stoke, Wigan. All these teams up near us, and that's fine. No travelling, no stress. Can train at home, can sleep at home, etc., etc., etc. And all of that is positive. I believe in that. I think that's probably the best way to go. It is what it is. It was all about fitness. I thought you could tell that. I thought some of the players looked a bit leggy. I thought some of the players looked really good. But you've got to remember who they're playing against. I thought the young lads did well when they come on. I thought the keeper did well when he was called upon. I thought the defending was okay, apart from the couple of times when they got through on the right hand side, or the ball was played through the middle, and the Stan Liège, Neon, whatever they're called, they had pace. There was a lad up front for them on the wing, up front, had pace, just pace, burnt, and he did cause us problems. To be fair to him, I mean, you can't fault him. So all in all, a good game of football. Nothing to sit there and analyse too much. It's very obvious where we need improvements. We did create chances. Tom Cannon will be disappointed he didn't score his opportunity. There was also one towards the end, which you probably would have thought could have been a goal as well. But all in all, good run out is what it is. Now let's talk about transfers. And Everton have been linked with loads of attacking players. I'm going to concentrate on two. We've been linked with a few, and conversations have been had with various clubs about other players. But I'm going to concentrate on two that I got to be honest, I thought would happen. And one was Danjuma, and the other one was Wilfred Gnonto. Now, I'm going to start with Danjuma. Danjuma is a player that Everton almost signed in January and would have been really useful. He would have added a little bit of creative spark. He would have added some pace, and I think he probably would have added goals. And he obviously chose to go to Spurs, which was very obviously a mistake. He didn't play, just like Richarlison, barely played. I think he scored one goal, which was in a Carabao Cup game. It really didn't work out for him. Everton go back in for him because the relationship is not soured, and by all accounts, Everton were fairly confident that they would get their man. However, AC Milan then come into the equation. Now, let's be real. AC Milan are a slightly different outfit to Everton. Currently, traditionally, whatever. It's a different animal, and I understand. I say I'm rough, man. I understand why Danjuma would want to go to Milan over Everton. Who wouldn't? I get it. The thing that I find annoying with this, though, is that the transfers drag on. Like, surely these moves could have been agreed a couple of weeks ago. I don't understand why these moves drag on and on and on and on. And I'm going to mention the other one in a minute. But, Danjuma is exactly the sort of player we need. Exactly. Pace, quality, goals, works hard, knows the Premier League. You know, he's well, does he know the Premier League? Was he at Bournemouth when he knows the league, he knows football. So I'm disappointed that we just don't move quick enough for these players yet again. And then you come on to Wilfred Gnonto. Wilfred Gnonto, right? We have heard loads that Everton are in for Gnonto. Personal terms aren't an issue. Everton are in discussion with Leeds over a fee. All of this sounds really positive, like it's going to happen. Then it comes out, Everton are confident a deal will be done quickly. Blah blah blah. Then it comes out today that Everton have had a £15 million bid rejected for him. I also get a text from one of my friends who basically said that Leeds don't want to get rid of him. So, we're just wasting time. And, you know, the season starts in 3.5 weeks, whatever it is. And yet again, our transfer plans are dog shit. They are dog shit, you know, but there is literally no rhyme or reason to them. We're being linked with all sorts of players from all over Europe. But the two that I think were good opportunities that probably would have come to Everton, we dilly-dallied. And they go away from you. If a bigger club than Everton go in for Gnonto, we won't get him. If a bigger club come into Danjuma, we won't get them. Because Everton finished 17th, we finished 16th last season. We are not what would be perceived to be an attractive proposition playing under Sean Dyche, who has a perception of playing very workmanlike type football. It's not the impression that these players want. It's not really this type of football that these guys are used to. So I'm struggling with the fact that we've left it yet again to bring in these players. Now, look, we have signed Ashley Young, and, you know, people are saying to me, Mike, you didn't do a video on that. There was no point, because the day before I'd done a video and I discussed Ashley Young. I think he's a great signing. I think he's a really, really useful signing. He will not play 38 games this season, but when he does play, he would literally leave everything on the football pitch in the most professional manner possible, fighting for every decision, fighting for every tackle, trying to deliver a ball and create an opportunity for us. Because that is what Ashley Young does, even at 38 years old. I just think we can be blindsided by age. I really do. I mean, I don't know if anyone's just watched the Wimbledon final, but you've just got a 36-year-old who literally went toe-to-toe with the best in the world. And Djokovic was sensational. It's just Alcaraz was even better. I mean, this kid is a wonder talent. But the point I'm making is, age kind of is just a number. It really is kind of just a number. I have no issue with his signing. My point is, though, we've got so many areas that need addressing, and we've got this squad that is very mishmash. And I mean mishmash by you've got different players who have been signed by different managers for different styles of football. It kind of won't work unless somebody gets in nice and early, gets the players in nice and early, has a full pre-season and lays out what the plan is, which I feel like Dyche will. But the new recruits that he brings in won't have that luxury. You know, they won't have had the week at Finch Farm. They won't have had the week at the Alps. They won't have that. So they've got to come in, adapt, and then work a Sean Dyche style way as well. Yet again, I just think it's complete oversight from Everton. And it's oversight in terms of just negligence. It's just negligent. It's stupid. Every season we say the same. You've got key areas that need strengthening, and we have known for years we need a centre forward. Last year they brought in Neil Maupay. I don't know what plaster I don't know what wound Neil Maupay shaped plaster was meant to be covering, but it was like literally a 10-inch gash to the forehead being replaced with a 3mm long strip. It was a complete waste of time. It was never going to stop the bleeding, never going to stop the hemorrhage. And unfortunately, we almost got relegated because of it, because we couldn't score goals. You've got to bring in a striker who can score goals, or get a team around him that can also score goals. You know, this Everton team hasn't created enough from midfield in years. So You can't rely on any area of the park. And what was scary is it actually got to the point where we were relying on our central defenders getting headers and goals. I mean, Michael Keane scored 2 really important goals. Tarkowski scored a really important goal. It's staggering. It's staggering that we are literally a few weeks out from the season and we haven't addressed this. Willie Gnonto coming in would be a great addition. He really would. But I don't blame Leeds for wanting to get rid of him. I might get shot down for this. But I also... Why move to Everton? If you are Willie Gnonto, why would you move to Everton? Because Leeds got relegated last season. It easily could have been Everton. Easily. In my opinion, we were the 19th worst team in the league in terms of squad. I still sit here and say that Leeds and Leicester have better squads than we have. Had. I mean, Leicester don't know. I mean, but this is my point. You've got players like Iheanacho, £8 million. Go and get him. You've got players like Che Adams, a player that we have been linked with, a good player. Go and get him. The point I'm making is this Everton team, this Everton board, and this plan, it's not working. It's not working. And what makes it worse is we've got restraints. We all know we've got financial restraints, whether it be financial fair play or just a club not having the money to spend, the investment not coming in from MSP, whatever it isn't working. And we all know it. And we want to bring in these players. And in my opinion, the players that we should be going for, we just leave it too late. So, yeah, I don't know what to expect in the next few days in this window. But what I do expect is if this Willie Gnonto deal was dead, because it wouldn't surprise me if it was, you will see another name linked with us very, very quickly. 15 million for Willie Gnonto, I think is a slap in the face to Leeds, if I'm being honest. I think he's worth much more than that. They couldn't even get Rodrigo over the line. Although you were competing with Saudi Arabia and they've got loads of money. But irrespective, the point that I'm making is we have to be quicker and we have to be more prolific and we have to be more aggressive with our signings because we are running out of time before the season starts. And I do not see the merit for a club like Everton who needed last season every point. And as of right now, we are weaker, in my opinion, than last season. I would argue I don't see the merit in leaving it until deadline day rather than the start of the season. In my opinion, deadline day for Everton should be the Wednesday before the first game of the season. I really do. I think it's that important that we get our squad together because I really do worry about this season. I worried about last season and was almost right. I worried about the season before, but I am absolutely bricking it about this season because we are weaker and I don't see much light at the end of the tunnel at the minute until we get some players in and a striker, because as great as Calvert-Lewin can be, his injuries will stop him scoring goals. We need another striker. Absolutely need another striker. So, guys, look, I'm leaving it there. Keep smiling. Stay positive. I am back. I'm back with a... I was like back with a bang, but now I've been poorly. It's a bit tough, but I will be back. More regular. You will get more regular content. Promise. I just need to get this cold out of my way. It's absolutely killing me. Do you know, I never used to suffer with colds, but since I was 30... oh my God, it's horrendous. So, look, love ya. Keep smiling. Up the toffees. Peace.